In DMC systems, the high and diverse biomass inputs that supplies the soil cover is progressively decomposed throughout the whole year. The decomposition and mineralization rate are regular in time, ensuring a continuous flow of nutrients. Thanks to the accumulation and protection of soil organic matter, the cation exchange capacity is high enough to enable the storage of excess nutrients. These nutrients are in dynamic equilibrium with the soil solution. Consequently, they are easily released when plants need it at any moment in their development cycle. The integration of legumes in cropping systems enables the fixation of a considerable quantity of atmospheric nitrogen. In addition, active microorganisms facilitate chemical exchanges between roots and the soil to provide essential nutrients. As an example, nitrogen-fixing bacteria form root symbiosis with a large diversity of plants. Sometimes, nutrients are present but not easily released in the soil solution, which makes them not available for plant roots. The high biological activity, and more precisely the microflora, stimulated by root exudates, helps with the solubilization and extraction of all nutrients. Diverse root exudates also modify pH and redox conditions in the rhizosphere, so that uptake of nutrients is easier and requires less energy from the plants. Roots' growth is facilitated by the good soil structure maintained throughout the whole soil profile. Their growth towards the deepest soil layers enable crops to harvest resources from a great volume of soil, thus maximizing the use of available resources. Cover crops usually have very deep rooting systems, tap and fibrous roots, which play the role of biological pumps. They recycle nutrients from deeper soil horizons, therefore reducing losses by leaching. As plants can easily obtain the diverse nutrients they need from the soil solution and the surface litter, their nutrition is regular and well balanced. They grow well, and an important fraction of their biomass can return to the soil. The fertility of DMC systems is mainly concentrated in the biomass above and below ground. Inputs and outputs are regulated by natural processes that limit losses. Once the fertility of soil has been restored, the application of fertilizer can be limited to the sole restitution of nutrients that are exported from the system when harvesting grains, tubers, or fodder. Plow-based cropping systems grow a limited number of crops in monocropping. Most of the stalks are exported, burnt, or grazed by animals, causing a very limited return of nutrients to the soil. At the beginning of the rainy season, tillage operations disrupt the soil structure, break the soil macroaggregates, and expose the soil organic matter to an intense flow of oxygen, enhancing the mineralization. Thus, there is a high and intense peak of mineralization right after tillage and long before the crops actually need those nutrients. At the beginning of the growing season, the soil is totally bare and not protected against heavy rain, leading to important soil losses by erosion and volatilization of mineralized nutrients. Because of low soil organic matter, the cation exchange capacity is low and does not allow for storage of high quantities of nutrients. Consequently, most of the nutrients that were earlier mineralized are lost by leaching before plants can use them. Furthermore, Because of poor soil biological activity, pH and redox conditions are not regulated. It causes some nutrients, like P or K, to be unavailable for plants. Last but not least, the development of roots is superficial because of poor soil structure, and it prevents them from recycling nutrients leached into deep soil layers. Consequently, plant nutrition mostly relies on the use of external inputs, either synthetic or organic, and when they are available. The overall fertility of the system is low, artificially maintained, and plant nutrition is irregular and not well balanced. Crops have to invest more energy into their nutrition and less in their defense mechanisms, which makes them more vulnerable to pests. The performances under the plow-based system rapidly decline if fertilizer inputs stop, especially because of low biological activity, low organic matter content, instability of the soil structure, and subsequent high losses.